So I'm coming to you today to talk about some of the incredible discounts that Tesla has on their existing inventory right now. There's some pretty significant savings to be had, whether you're in the market for a Model Y, a Model X, whatever it is. There's some pretty big savings, but there's also some things to be aware of, some pitfalls to avoid. So we're going to dive into all that detail today. Now, do keep in mind there's additional savings to be had if you use somebody's referral code. I'm not telling you to use my referral code, use somebody's though, because if you get a Model 3 or a Model Y, you'll get an additional $500 off. Plus, you'll get 3 months of full self-driving for free. On the Model S and X, you'll get $1,000 off and still get that 3 months of full self-driving for free. So with that in mind, let's dive into the details because there's a lot to break down, and trying to decide is right now the right time to make that upgrade. So probably the biggest consideration is if you have full self-driving on your car today, you still have this last month to transfer this to a new vehicle. Tesla does not historically allow full self-driving to go to a new vehicle. When you purchase full self-driving, it stays with the car, not with you. And this is something that's been a big pain point for a lot of people over the years. Well, Tesla for this quarter only allowed people to transfer their full self-driving to a new vehicle. So you still have 1 month left to make that transition to a new vehicle should you decide it is time. This is your last chance to do that. The next thing that you might be considering is tax credits. And there is up to $7,500 for the Model Y and Model 3. And now the base Model X also qualifies for that up to $7,500. This is all or nothing as long as the car meets the MSRP requirements, at least for the rest of this year. And the rest of that is based on your income and your tax liability. Now, if you don't understand or you think there's no way I have enough tax liability, make sure you check out this video up here because that is not always going to be as simple as you think. There's actually a lot more to it than just, did I get a refund this year? So that video right there, I put together to help you understand what is tax liability because most of you probably don't have that right. So many people, if you're purchasing a $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 vehicle, there's a really good chance you do have enough tax liability and you may not even realize it. So I recommend checking out this video right up here to give you all the details on what that actually means and how to find out what your tax liability was for 2022. Now, the tax credits for the cars that you would buy for this month will be realized at time of filing your taxes. So not until the end of this year, when you go to pull all your information together by April of 2024, that's when you file your 2023 taxes. That's when you'll realize the taxes. Now, starting January 1st of 2024, you get that at time of purchase. This is probably one of the reasons you might want to consider holding off. Because that tax credit is at time of purchase next year, you're actually going to save more than that $7,500. In fact, you're going to save the taxes on $7,500 worth of a purchase. So it's going to lower the price $7,500. And if the taxes in your area are 6%, 7, 8%, whatever it is, there's additional savings there in sales tax that you're not going to pay. Now, some areas have zero sales tax on electric vehicles, which is great, but that is not widespread and that is not everywhere. On the flip side, Tesla has made some changes to their language on their website regarding these tax credits. In fact, they talk about possibly some of these vehicles will have reduced tax credits starting after December 31st. It is most likely related to the Model 3 rear-wheel drive and the Model 3 long-range all-wheel drive. Now, the performance could get a new battery starting with Project Highland, but we do know right now the battery pack in the rear-wheel drive Model 3 probably won't qualify for the full 7,500. The long range has returned and it has also an LFP battery pack, which probably will not qualify for that tax credit either. So if you're looking at a Model 3, there's a very good chance you could be losing all or some of that tax credit starting January 1st of 2024. Another reason you may want to really think about this because it might be time to make this purchase. Now, the biggest reason to hold off on a purchase is if you're looking at a Model 3. The refresh Model 3 did just release outside of North America and is expected in customer hands about October of this year. This is not expected in North America until sometime in 2024, although it's likely to be towards the beginning. This will include a refresh of the exterior with new headlights, new taillights, new wheels, both Aero and Sport, a new suspension, the same battery but with more range, cooled seats, stockless steering wheel, ambient lighting, upgraded sound system with 17 speakers, a rear screen like we see in the Model S and X refresh, a new dashboard, noise reduction improvements, upgraded screen, and Wi-Fi and Bluetooth upgrades as well. This will all come together at a similar price as today. And to see all of the details on the refresh Model 3, be sure to click this video right here. When I look at the existing inventory in my area today, there are 459 vehicles in inventory. Discounts range between none at all and $5,500, and 72.3% of all vehicles in inventory in my area are on discount. There are 125 Model 3s, 233 Model Ys, 32 Model S's, and 69 Model X's. Of the Model 3s that are discounted, you're looking at $1,600 to $5,500 off, or 4 to 10%, and an average discount of $3,570. On the Model Y, between $950 and $5,500 off, or 2 to 10%, average discount $2,600. The Model S, there is only one vehicle on discount, and it is a demo model, $2,420 off of this Plaid, or 2.6%, and on the Model X, $2,380 max, or 2.7%. Average discount, $1,600. Vehicles on discount inventory represent 72.3%, 92% of Model 3s on discount, 90% of Model Ys on discount, Model S only 3%, and Model X 10%. This is kind of opposite of what we've seen in the past. Usually Model Ys have been the lowest on this list. Model 3 usually comes in either next or third, which is followed by the Model X, and then there's always tons of Model S's, it seems like anyways, in this area. So it's interesting to see how this inventory has inflated and where it has inflated. But because of that, Tesla's offering some pretty good discounts. There's no surprise why the Model 3 is building inventory, because people are holding off their purchase on that vehicle. These discounts are actually really good. And if you consider combining a referral code from one of your friends, there's another $500 on the 3 and the Y on top of these, and another $1,000 on the S and the X. So some pretty significant discounts. The 3 and the Y, $5,000+ off, is making it a really good opportunity for somebody to snag an incredible deal on one of these cars. In fact, if you consider the tax credit, again, check out my video explaining what tax liability is, because you may have this wrong if you think you don't have any tax liability. But if you consider that $7,500, there's some crazy deals to be had. Let me show you what I'm talking about. In my area, the cheapest Model 3 rear-wheel drive is $40,240. That car is marked down to $37,020. Now, if you include that $7,500 tax credit, $29,520. It's under 30 grand for a rear-wheel drive Model 3, including that tax credit. Now, there's other incentives potentially in your area you should check out as well, but that's incredible. Over on the long range, $47,240, marked down to $43,420. After that $7,500, $35,920. And then over on the performance Model 3, which is one of the fastest cars, 0 to 60, under $60,000, check this out. $53,240 is the cheapest one in my area, marked down to $47,920. After that tax credit, $40,420. It's a $40,000 0 to 60 in 3.1 seconds. The Model 3 Performance is an amazing value that you should really think about if you're into that sort of thing. Over on the Model Y, $47,740 for the all-wheel drive, marked down to $43,920. After tax credit, $36,420. If you're looking at a long-range Model 3, it's $500 more to get a all-wheel drive Model Y. Now, you're not going to get as much range, but you're going to get a lot more car for that money. The long-range all-wheel drive, $50,490. $46,450 marked down, $38,950, or $2,500 more than a long-range Model 3. Even if you're considering a Model 3, a Model Y is a lot of car for the money. $2,500 more dollars, that's a heck of a deal. And then finally, over on the performance, $54,490, marked down to $50,130, or $42,630. So we're talking between $30,000 and $40,000 for the average Model 3 or Model Y. After these incentives and discounts, there's some amazing deals to be had. If you're looking at a Model 3, I think it's a tough one. We have Project Highland right on the horizon. So even with these really good discounts, unless you're looking at a Model 3 Performance, you might want to consider holding off. As much as you might be excited to take advantage of these discounts, there's very likely to be even better discounts in the coming month or two. Once Project Highland launches, there will be a ton of Model 3s in inventory across the country, and those are guaranteed to be marked down. Will they be marked down more than what they are today? I think there's a very good possibility that they will. And if you're looking at a Model Y, these are really good discounts. These are not worse than what we've seen in the past. These are definitely on the higher end of what we've seen. So probably a safe bet to take advantage of some of these Model Ys, especially some of these that are $5,000 off. There's some pretty good deals out there in the Model Y. So let me know in the comments, if you're considering a Model 3 or a Model Y, is this enough of a discount to push you over the edge? And if you're looking at a Model 3, are you just waiting for Project Highland regardless of what these discounts are? I'd love to hear from you. And again, for more information on those tax credits, be sure to check out this video right here. I will catch you guys on the next one.